All right. Okay. So we're going to go ahead and this is a call to cover strategy around um, ranking up. So, Leah, I know that this is strategy around ranking up. Okay.
Okay.
So the thing that is beautiful is that we have ultimate control today on ranking up. And I've shared that with some of you guys because we've never been given the opportunity to get points right away for new people. So before it was a moral decision of how to sign somebody up. Today, we don't have to do that. Today, we don't have to say, okay, talking to them and saying, okay, we're going to have you forego a welcome pack this month. And then next month, it's cleaner. It's better business. And it gives us all the control. Okay. So now you might be working, a lot of your new people now are going to come in with 199s. This is not going to be difficult. Right? We start there, we discuss it, we teach them how to do it. So your new people that come in with 199s, this is easy. This is the only thing that they know. Okay. So that's a good thing. We're creating we're shaping the culture to where this is not a hard conversation. Now, prior, it's a double triplex. It was a double triplex welcome pack as a 199. Well, then that's okay. You can talk them into it, but then they're not going to need them. You know what I mean? It just made it, everything was so bulky. And so I feel like what's fantastic is these product packs are like, I just explain them as, if you are interested in Plexus, you've been interested in what I've been saying, here's your time to get it all for the best price. And maybe you've got your family on it. Maybe you're doing this, maybe you're doing that. Okay. All right. So the first thing I want to discuss is how to goal set, because I feel like, so goal setting regarding the business is different than goal setting like, okay, I'm going to reach out to 5 people. I'm going to do this. Now, granted, that's inside of that. That's a DMO. That's called a daily method of operation. Okay. I have a video on Dreaming of Diamond. If you search DMO, I think I'm wearing like a coral colored silk top, which was like my favorite. And like, it got a stain on it. It was so expensive. Anyways, it was like my favorite. But I remember because my hair was like doing the wave thing when I was doing that and all that stuff. So it's a good thing to watch to understand the impact of DMO and IPA and all that. Okay. It's a good one. So how do you goal set? So this is really, again, geared toward people who are going for rank, right? We're going for rank. We're supporting people going for rank. And then a couple different ways to goal set is either looking at what you want your points to end at. And today, like I said, it's so much easier to do that because we have the ability to control every single point. I mean, not every single point, but you want to go crazy? You want to go gold? You want to go senior gold? We can do it because we can coach our teams to add those packs that are going to be that instant gratification right away, points right away. I don't know if you guys are the same way as me, but like I was watching like the fruits of the labor of the girls that were like wanting to rank up and doing all those things. And it's like, I would go, I knew that they had a new person. I'd go look at their thing increase. I'm so excited, all that kind of stuff. So it's good. So the thing that is important, and this is important as we move past, not that it's not important getting to gold, but I mean, you're probably, unless you've got your best friend who's linked arms with you and you guys are like doing the things, you're probably going to do all the heavy lifting to gold. Okay. I think I had one silver. She ended up being my power partner. She's no longer with us. And it was good at that time. And so really, you just have to have the mindset of like, this is heavily me. The good thing about that is you control your process, you control the messaging, you are ahead of all those feelings of vulnerability when we get our bigger team and we're like, oh, okay, nobody, how do I message this? How do I posture this? So when we're looking at chatting with people about what their goals are, the thing that becomes so fulfilling in Plexus is that we have the ability to listen to why and what people want out of their life. Why are you doing this? What is this going to mean to you? And having those conversations, right? And as their leader, those conversations bond you to that person. They feel very close to you because you're making it about them. We all know how this works, okay? We all know how this works. Somebody, even at 7 levels away from me, somebody decides to say yes, I get $3. That's great. Like, you know what I mean? I'm not going to interface with that person likely. But that's what our ripple effect is. But we have to make it more granular than that. We've got to make it more focused in. And what I have found are the conversations that I've had lately have been able to really talk about what this is going to mean. Guys, last month, what did that teach us? You want to sign a bunch of people because you're going to get an iPad that says Plexus on it. We're going to do it. So all that tells me is that I know when we all have a joint shared goal, how we react. And that's exciting, right? And I don't really think that we were like, it wasn't a team push, but we knew where we were going. We were all cheering each other on and we were trying. And not everybody was trying, but so the last month taught us that, like, when somebody tells you, oh, it's just like, it's too hard, and you like saw them like doing the things, and it's like, so that may not apply to the folks that I'm looking at right now. But what we know is that when we are moved passionately by something, we can do anything that we want. And so those roadblocks really exist in our mind, not in the world. Okay? So that's something to take with you when you're chatting with somebody on your team. All right? So when you're talking to people, I'm going to go back to how to chat with leaders about what they want to do. Open-ended questions are my favorite thing because it allows them to respond and we're not editorializing. It's not this, oh my gosh, you could go silver. You could go senior silver. Oh my gosh, you could go gold. It's, how would you feel if I told you that this was possible? Right? Have you thought about what it would feel like to go gold this month? Right? It's different than, it's the exact same thing as the send, share, invite method, right? It's the asking, not giving. I'm a giver of emotion. Oh, I'm going to tell you all day long, here's what you're going to do. And that's not the right way to be, right? So when I'm coaching it, I can step back and say, here's how we would ask it. But in the moment, I get excited. So when you get excited, just stop yourself and say, okay, wait, this isn't about me. This is about Jane. So what would this mean to Jane, right? So that's just some framework around that. Using those open-ended questions and just saying, how would this feel for you? Would you be open to learning more about how to do this? Okay, so use those. Here are some rank up strategies. And I think that I've had this conversation with several people, but I think in one place is a good thing, right? Okay, so the first thing we're gonna do we've been given gifts with right now today with Plexus. We have gifts. Subscriptions are assumed, right? They're opting. They can't even get through sign up without saying yes to the subscription, which is huge. Okay. Before it was opt in, can't do it, right? The understood and it's good. And then as the sponsor, we're working with them and saying, you know what? I would say this, hey, You're going to have to accept that. You and I will discuss what's right for you, and I'll go in and help you change it. Okay. Again, I know I'm a little type A, but it's worked. Okay. Just throwing that out there. All right. So count your subscriptions early. If you're going for anything, and this even includes Super Silver. Okay. This includes Super Silver, but it's, doesn't really work for gold, for silver, because whatever, but counting your subscriptions early, beginning of the month, if you're ready to rank up, we're going to count our subscriptions and know where we're going to be. Okay. That doesn't determine where we're ending, because we already said at the beginning that we can control everything now. And it is amazing. It's wonderful for people like me and probably you guys. So counting those subscriptions early, understanding, let's say we're going for gold, we count our subscriptions, and we have 55 points when we count our subscriptions. Okay. So we think that that's low. Let's say that we think that that's low, and we go and we look and we make sure that everybody new last month, right, had a subscription on. Okay. This is another reason I'm giving this little blurb. Don't you ever sign an ambassador who's buying the 99 welcome pack with Joyome, because you've gotten a $25 bonus and then that's done. Okay. We make them a customer. We allow them to fall in love with the idea of beauty on the inside, beauty on the outside. We get them the double welcome pack. We move on down the road. Okay. Now, will you feel compelled to do that sometimes? You will, and it's going to be okay. I just wanted to say, overarching, that one is not the best for the company to offer. It's a 2-month deal. You guys know, right?
Yeah.
But it's wonderful. And I get it. Now, maybe you talk to them about the Joyome, and then the next month they're starting Slim and Metaburn. Love that. That's 100 PV. Having those upfront conversations with people so that you've got the plan for them, so it makes sense for you and for them to become an ambassador. Okay. So you're counting your subscriptions early. We've already counted them. You're 55 points, and you're like, okay, well, I need 9 people that need to be qualified. Okay. And I busted my butt the month before, and Sadie had a special, and we had $199 welcome packs, and I signed all these. I can do this, right? I can do it. All right. So your number from the top of the month, right? You can slice away at it because you are prepared. The one thing that I have found is that when you decide, like in the end of the month or at the 20th, we start getting in reactionary mode, and it is not as efficient. Okay. Mm-hmm. So being prepared, you might come away from counting those subscriptions and looking at your organization, and you're like, maybe it doesn't make sense, right? And then you go to upline or sponsor, and you have a conversation and see what, get another set of eyes on it. Okay. All right. So let's say we're at 55 points, and we know that last month we signed 6, and you feel confident. You're like, I can do this, right? Or you signed 3, and you're like, you know what? I feel that is my lucky number. I do that. I can do this. So then we have our deficit, right? So we have what our abilities are, what we're willing to do, what we're willing to put the work in for. If we've got a team, we think about the team. This is where we go back to goal setting, right? Maybe you've got several ambassadors from the month before that need it financially, okay? Need to get, and Lee and I sort of talked about this, need the financial blessing of getting that initial investment recouped. So this is where the rubber hits the road, baby. Leadership. We go to those people and we say, let's do this. And we want to get their buy-in. Are you ready to act with me? And we're going to get your products paid for. Guys, same thing. You sign a $199 or they sign a $199. In those first 3 levels, it's all good. It's 5 points. So looking strategically at your organization, I always say prospect back into your level 1s. Even today, I prospect back into them, meaning they told me to go fly a kite when they first started about the business. Maybe they're in a different spot, right? Maybe we're in a different spot. So counting those subscriptions early, looking at people on your team that might feel compelled to go for big goals as well. Super Silver being a thing is great, okay? Because it allows us to have that midpoint. It's a something. It's a something that gets an announcement, and it's a fee, right? It's something to work toward. Anything that the company gives us that's something to work for, whether it's Consistency Club or Super Silver or whatever the case may be, is very, very valid. Okay. And don't miss that, right? One of these days you're going to be sitting here, a senior Ruby ambassador, and you're going to forget how it felt to go silver. Don't do that. Remember that is the difference maker between somebody staying on the products or somebody ditching them. Okay. And when we're getting people paychecks, they are tied in. They like those paychecks. They can start to see. Okay. All right. So also remember this. I've seen some of this a little bit and it's disappointing, but your choices, first and foremost, with how you sign somebody up, it needs to be for that person. Okay. But it also needs to support your goal. Okay. If you say, I really, 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 really want to be, a senior gold ambassador, and I need 5 $199 welcome packs, and I'm going to be there, and you sign 5 $99 welcome packs with no other action, guys, we've got to think about it. You know what I mean? So it comes back to, maybe that was the right choice for those 5 people, but do we need to dig in and really work at how we're, presenting the $199 welcome pack? We do. We need to do that. We need to get better. Okay. A lot of times when something doesn't happen for us, it gives us an opportunity to figure out where we're missing. And just so you know, that happens no matter what rank you are, because I constantly get to revisit how I need to get better. Okay. It's always happening. You're never going to get to a place where it's like, okay, I'm done learning. No, that's the wrong industry. If you're looking for that, that's not this one. Okay. So here are some strategies that will potentially become important down the road. But things that I want you to take notes about, and we can revisit this video anytime that you need to. But there are people that are going to be on your team that are going to have partial PV. Okay. And that means that you're not getting paid and they're not getting paid. Okay. There's a workaround. We're going to find it. Okay. So here's where we're going to find it. So this is the conversation. Okay. When we go to people who are not qualified, it's okay. Now, granted, if they miss 1 month, we don't need to, overcomplicate or be dramatic. Okay. But you guys, I mean, I've got people that it's just constantly, it's constant. Yeah. So it's the education that I think that we miss. We need to step into that teaching role and say to them, maybe I did not fully explain the wholesale opportunity the way that I should. And I'm super sorry, but I'm going to explain it to you now. So I know that when you joined me, you did that to support me. And I am eternally grateful for that trust. Today, I'm not being profitable with you buying from me the way you're buying from me. And you're also not being profitable at all. Because what maybe I didn't tell you is, if you are over $100 PV, you're making money back. This can chip away at products purchases in the future. So I've got an idea for you, right? Would you be open to buying once a quarter, doubling up, guys, depending on their PV, right? It's hard to go to, a 50 PV person and say, okay, if you double up, you're going to be profitable, because they're not. I mean, they're just not, right? We've got to get them over that mark. But we can say, if you triple up and, if they're at that 50 PV, I don't have everybody's memorized, right? but then you're profitable, then you're earning money back on your purchases, and it made sense for you to pay that $39.95. You know what I'm saying? Okay.
Yeah.
So the next one is, you know, and again, maybe this is encouraging that bulk buying. And here's the deal. You're not getting any points from them now. So if you get them 1 month, right? They get a paycheck, you get them 1 month. This is a bonus. Okay. Yeah. And I think it can be scary to be vulnerable and raw about it with people. But for the love of God, you are so much more respected when you tell it like it is. They might not like it. It may offend them. That would be strange. You're just telling them how it is. But again, you might lay it out. You're sweating, you're typing it, you don't know how to say it. And then they may be like, well, I'm going to keep doing what I'm doing. Okay, well, that sucked, but I got some, you know, experience. So evaluate that. Here's another option. Okay. Because we've got difficult people on our teams who are under 100 PV. I don't know if you've noticed or if you've experienced that yet. Guys, throw a customer underneath them. Still gives them a slim, right? Still gives them a little paycheck, right? And when you're talking to that person who's buying slim from you, you can say to them, I'm strengthening my organization here with your buying from this person. But when you're ready to jump in with me full time, you're coming straight to me. So don't just do that without, my counsel. I will help you do that. It is as simple as us calling customer service for them, getting their or sending it to me. Once you're a senior Ruby, you can clear these out on your own. But either way, we'll get there. It's very easy as a preferred customer. If somebody is an ambassador under somebody else, we're stuck. I mean, it's a stuck deal. So going to them and saying, you know, and the people that are buying, they don't care, you guys. I mean, they don't know how our business works.
Right.
And it will secure points for you, because guess what? Not everybody who is under 100 PV can afford to double up or triple up. They can't. They haven't seen the value of the business. Okay, so that's another conversation for another day. But this is a way for you to control having a security around those points. Okay, it also is a do-gooder move, because they're going to get a little paycheck. It's not a lot, but it's a little paycheck, and you're going to be able to move your business forward. Okay, that's the nature of our business, and that's how to do it. So love that. The next one is, and that's just if they're buying, you know, like, okay, somebody's at 70 PV, we get them a slim customer underneath them. So it really looks like this. Would you make more if you sign them as a preferred customer under you? Yes, you would. Would you move your business forward by doing it the other way, getting them a paycheck, maybe intriguing them on the business? Works, right? Right?
Yeah.
Hold that in your back pocket, because there are times we're so good at 199s right now. We're so good at selling welcome packs. We're so good. But there are times where people just pump the brakes on us. They don't care, right? Same goes for this lean, right? Maybe you've got somebody who's wants to buy a lean trial pack from you. Guess what? They're now going to do it under your mom, because your mom's difficult and she's 90 PV or whatever. Okay. You get the points for mom. So-and-so's in our lean trial. It's okay. You're taking ownership of your business and you're thinking strategically. All right. So the last one, not the last one. Another method is any white lines. Okay. You've got a white line underneath you. Somebody wants to buy a combo. They kind of get weird about joining, right? They're weird about it. Have a full combo person, or a slim and a MetaBurn, or a triplex or whatever, buy underneath a totally white line person. Again, you're securing points and you're moving your business forward. And tell them, like, you know, this is how I'm going to have you do this. Leah, a white line person is somebody who is inactive with 0 PV. You don't have any of these people yet.
No, she doesn't.
It's amazing.
Yay.
It's amazing. But when push comes to shove, it's not going to be necessary for your gold promotion this month, Leah, but because of just the nature of your organization. But as you move forward, and somebody might say, I'm going to be back. Throw a customer underneath them. You know what I mean? It's okay. You're still getting compensated. You're moving your business forward. And I'll be completely honest with you. It can sometimes be so frustrating to stare at those white lines. So us having the control over that, my only best practice for you is when you do that, you put a Post-it up, right? We're not in these people's back office. They're not going to be on a report if they're a customer or somebody else. So you know what I mean?
Just, got to go in and look at it.
Okay. The last thing I want to tell you about is this is something that my former power partner and I used to do. And it was because for a while we had really wonky shipping. So we did it to help the people, but then it helped us. So what it is if somebody joins your team within the first 5 days, and there were times where, because this was our strategy, we did kind of like a contest in the first, not a contest, but a promo in the first couple 5, days. And we said, we would say, the sign up is different now, but it would be essentially you going to that person and saying, you're on gut health right now. I love you to buy this $99 welcome pack, but what I want to do is set you up to get your first actual subscription shipment on the 28th of the month. Okay. Mm-hmm. They're not running out. Those first couple days on the triplex, or guys, anything that is just a 3-day combo, whatever. Because shipping has been weird. I was supposed to get my backup order. What am I calling it? Subscription. Hello, old lingo. I was supposed to get it today, and it didn't come. And there will become people that are very focused on staying consistent. Can't run out.
You want that.
You want it. So it's a way to go to them and say, okay, I know and this is really. It's probably not going to be necessary for a $199 person because they do get so much product. Yeah. Okay. But somebody that's on just triplex, going to them and saying, we still have time today. Let's say whatever. Or even in the first 7 days, just going to them and saying I'm going to set up another shipment for you to come at the end of the month, but maybe they don't poop, guys. And they're going to just need the bio cleanse. They're going to be on 4 Probio 5. You get it, right? Yeah. Going to them and just saying, I think this is best for you. But that person better than anybody else as their sponsor. If you knowingly know, okay, well, they weren't going to be able to start until a little bit later. They have these issues. They're not even going to need BioCleanse. We're not going to probably do that. But if it's a situation where they're in need of gut health repair, right? That's another strategy to have. And then you do get those points that first month. And then they don't run out, which is critical. I don't know how many times I've almost run out of ProBio 5. And 5 years later, how is this still happening to me? But yes. It just does. So anyway, so those are my best practices, but I really wanted to open the floor for questions. You guys aren't there yet with some of these issues, but as you move forward, right? Let's say you're going for promotion and all of a sudden you see somebody's backup order say 70 PV and you're checking in. Hey girl, what's going on? Oh, you know what? I just have been so bad about taking my gut health supplements. Oh, I get it, whatever. Still invested in the triplex. That would be somebody that I would go to and I would find them a customer. And just maybe it's a mutual person that you know of the person. Maybe you guys all go to church together. You guys get it, right? It's okay to be strategic about your business because it's yours. Cool?
Yeah. Yes.
Any questions?
Would adding something like an X Factor Plus or an Ease or something to the 70 PV just like an additional product?
That's a good idea.
Oh yeah. I mean, if they're
Okay.
open to that,
Okay.
what I have found, yeah, so if that dialogue is open, especially anything 70 PV and above, I think it's Metaburn that's the only one that's actually fully 30 PV, but Mega X might be as well. We can just check, and that's a great thing to just keep a little sticky on your computer that says, here are these PVs. Keeping that dialogue open. You know, so absolutely. Yeah, if we can get them to buy it, that's the best. That's the best, you know, but sometimes it's just not going to be possible. So absolutely. That's a good point.
And then you talked about adding or going in and helping change their subscription. Sorry, loud Barbies in the background. Where would you, where do you have the people's information? Like after they initially sign up, how do you go in and change someone else's subscription?
You just tell them up front, hey, when I send instructions, it looks like, okay, here's my website, click enroll as ambassador, and I move them through. When I say accept subscription, in parentheses, I put, please send me your email and your login, and I will make sure that this accurately reflects our plan, our monthly plan for you. Because I know, so here's an example, Leah, because I know that you had that lady who's going to start her kids, right? Mm-hmm. So that's kind of a little bit of a wonky one, but you could probably be safe knowing okay, they're all going to take, the vitamins are going to be gone. And you know what I mean? And just saying to them, we're going to proactively put this in here because this is what's important to you. For example, if you start, somebody's really all about lean and slim, but they're not sure about the gut health. Okay. So it's slim and 2 bags of lean. That's going to be the regular order because that is what, they're feeling really good about. And we kind of say it okay, you're getting all this product, but we're going to just keep your base order at this. When you need help adding to it, when you want to adjust that, I'll help you. But I just want to make sure that we adhere to what's really important to you, first and foremost. So you'll have to have them send it to you.
Okay.
I never have people.
I signed up most people.
What?
I signed up most people. It was actually a lot simpler to have them send me their info. Okay, so I just keep track of that. I didn't know if there was a place to find it.
No, and I would just communicate it so that they, you know what I mean? So you're not just really running their.
Right.
Yeah. Okay. And I did that. So I'm only advising it because I would just kind of run it myself and whatever. And then all of a sudden I'm and
doing everything.
Hey, what's going on? I'm okay, I didn't communicate that properly. I'm saying that to myself, you know what I mean? So then that's just kind of a mess you have to clean up. So anytime you can overly communicate, it is better for you. It's going to be a time saver.
Okay.
Anybody else? I'm going to go ahead and stop the recording.